Good morning. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, May 15th, 2020. And on this day in history, in the year 1800, President John Adams moved the federal government from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Washington, D.C. So the White House and all the Secretary of State and the Vice President and the House of Representatives and the senators, they all used to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, instead of in Washington, D.C. But in 1800, President John Adams made the official move of the whole federal government from Philadelphia to Washington, D.C. Our word part of the day, to kind of go along with that government fact for this day in history, our Latin root is civ, C-I-V, and it means citizen. So, for example, a civilian is a citizen. Civic, so sometimes people say, oh, voting is your civic duty. It means that as a citizen, it's something that you should do. Civilization, I think that speaks for itself. It's a place that's developed enough where citizens are a part of it or live there. And civility, so civ, C-I-V, is a Latin root that means citizen. Moving to our next part, my would you rather question for the day is, would you rather play in the snow in mountains or play in the sand on a beach? Would you rather play in the snow in mountains? It could be the Rocky Mountains, it could be up in the Adirondacks, it could be anywhere, it could be on a hill. Would you rather play in the snow on mountains or in mountains, or would you rather play in the sand on a beach? I think I would rather right now play in the sand on a beach because I haven't done that in a long time. But after a while, sand just gets everywhere. It gets in all your stuff, gets in your hair, gets in your ears, it gets everywhere. And then I feel like it becomes so tedious trying to get all the sand out of everything that you brought to the beach. So after a while at the beach, I usually I have my fix for the beach filled, so then I would pick snow. But what would you rather pick, and try to explain why? My joke of the day, very funny. It is, what dinosaur had the best vocabulary? What dinosaur had the best vocabulary? The thesaurus. Funny. Anyways, our wonder precept of the day is from minfful. Find things that shine and move toward them. Find things that shine and move toward them. So things that shine is a metaphor for maybe things that make you feel happy. When we say something is bright or it's shiny, usually we mean that it's positive or it's happy. So when they say find things that shine and move toward them, I interpret that as meaning that look for things that make you feel good or make you feel happy or that are successful and positive, and try to surround yourself with those things. My mindful game, strategy, activity for you today is just hand tracing. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a blank piece of paper, and I would use a pencil or a pen because if you use a marker and you trace your hand, it usually gets all on the sides of your fingers. But whatever you prefer. Put your hand down and trace your hand. Now, without thinking of it, when you pick the hand to trace, it's probably going to be your non-dominant hand, because your dominant hand, for me it's my left, is the one that you write with the most and are most comfortable writing with and most capable writing with. So then what I want you to do after you trace that hand, next to it or on the other side of the paper, I want you to put your dominant hand down and trace it with your non-dominant hand. And I want you to think about how doing the exact same thing with the exact same tools feels different, and think about why that feels different. It might feel a little uncomfortable, and maybe explore that feeling by saying, why did that feel uncomfortable? If you happen to be ambidextrous, then this will not work for you. If you're ambidextrous, let me know. Interesting. All right, I did that. I think I did everything. I think I'm done. Story cubes. Not that one. I need new cubes. All right. We have a moon. Where did that go? We have a moon. And I don't know what you want to call this. A wheel, a star, an arrow, geometric shape. Interpret this as you may. When I look at it, it reminds me a little bit of a Ferris wheel. So do a one-sentence story tell. Interpret this however you want to. Could be a compass that's not labeled. So it has the cardinal directions, and then it has like northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. And then we have a moon. So do a one-sentence story tell. Or maybe see if you can find a real-life object that looks like this, because maybe I'm just not understanding what it's supposed to be. All right, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a fantastic weekend. Until next time, it's Miss G. See you soon.